Can you believe I did that again? I shut us off. That's twice I've done that now. And I know the word says finish. I mean, it's teeny tiny print. But anyway, let's start over just a little bit. Hi, I'm Sandy. I hope everyone finds me again. I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ontario, Canada. We're going to do a sneak peek tonight of a brand new suite of products called Fresh as a Daisy. Thank you for coming back. I cannot believe that. I can't believe that. And since we're starting over, and I'm going to delete the other video that didn't turn out, I'm going to talk about the Fun Fold Frenzy class, which is on June 24th. But everything takes time, you know, because we can't order it quite yet. So it's June 24th, and we're going to be using the Layering Leaves stamp set. And, where were we? Oh, and that there's an early bird draw. So what that means is when you sign up by, I crack myself up, when you register and pay by May the 1st, you're going to get an extra ticket for the draw. So you get one draw ticket for registering, another one for registering by May the 1st. Now, if you happen to register with a friend who has not stamped with me before, you are getting another draw ticket, and they're getting a second draw ticket, because everyone gets a draw ticket for entering. Alrighty, May 1st is the early bird date. You only have till May the 8th to join. I would say go for the early bird. Okay, who doesn't like getting extra draw tickets? Okay, I'm really close. I'm looking at the button right now. It's not a button. Looking at the spot where I have to click, and I'm going to turn the phone around. So shut your eyes for a moment, and I'm not shutting us off this time, I promise. I'm pretty well promise that I won't. I can't believe I did that. Honestly. Ugly ceiling. There we go. Let's get her lined up and make sure everything. I know it's working because my phone shows me comments, but now I can't read them because they're not in the right spot for me. All right, just getting my light. We don't have a weird side thing. And what you're looking at here are the dies, and I'm hoping they're centered. You get a lot of dies. I think there was 13 if I counted my pieces correctly. Thank you so much for coming back. I always feel so foolish when I do that. Okay. Alrighty. Hello again, Marjorie. Okay, here we go. Okay, so these are the dies. And this is really cool because you see this one big piece here. I'm just going to move this out of the way a little bit. That is this out of here. That is one big piece. You can cut off pieces. You can cut here, you can make it into 3. For the purpose of tonight's video, I kept it as one big piece. That's this big die here. This is a double-decker, which I understand actually has 3 parts to it. So you get this bottom part, and you know what? I actually saw someone who stamped this with the stamp set. Oh, I should show you that too, of course. And then they went straight into putting a sentiment right in the center of it. No flower. Anyway, it goes like this. Look at that piece. The amazing detail. And I don't know if you can see those little lines in it, but there's little detail lines, which are so pretty. I think, so when I cut this out, there was a piece right here, but I think you can put this little piece, which is this die right here, in the center here. I think you can also stamp it, so you can decide. I colored this one pink because I was playing earlier, and then I didn't cut out another one, so let's just call it like that. You're going to have lots of color. It is so pretty. And when I looked at the new catalog, I actually said to myself, if that's on the pre-order, like, oh, wait. We saw the catalog. Yeah, we saw the catalog. Yeah, that was top of my list on my pre-order. Okay, so let's just go over this. I kind of put them in order. This lovely sentiment that fits, I believe, yeah, all the sentiments on the stamp set, which I'll show you in a moment. You get this little 2-piecer, which is really pretty. Oh, we're going to use this in the card, so you'll get to see how that works. We get a leaf, which can go here or work on its own. You can stamp it as well. This, I'll have to show you the stamp set. Now, this one's not going to make any sense would go, it would stamp there. Now, I want to tell you that this is, the pieces are actually bigger, or the stamps are bigger inside. To get everything on, they had to make this at 90%. So everything's a little bit bigger. I want to just check that. Now that I've said it, I want to check a sentiment to see if that's the same. One moment. I have one right here. Yes, the sentiment's bigger as well. Good to know. Alrighty. So what else? This one, which is really cool. I love the die cuts. This one, you will be stamping, two-step stamping, and then using this. Well, I'm sorry, cutting out with this for this flower. Again, it doesn't look like it fits, but it does. It really does. Oh, and if you're wondering why I did this, I was watching Jay and Barry from Mitosu Crafts, and they don't use the magnetic sheets, and instead they draw around the pieces. Let's just get that one on so it stays put. You know what? I have it upside down. So yeah, so I knew that I had all the pieces, and I would know where the pieces would go. My hands are really cold, and this is making this really hard. Alrighty, this little branch. Now, I would suggest, my recommendation would be to put it on an adhesive sheet. Run it through with your cardstock, because it's very delicate, very delicate. You get a stem, of course. And these are the dies. There's your leaf die. And here's the stamp, so I have to show you this. And unfortunately, since I can't open the catalog yet, I cannot show you how pretty everything is. So double or two-step stamping, two-step stamping, two-step stamping. There's your leaf. The inside of the flower, you can use that. The inside of the flower, this little leaf area. And then I love these. You made my day. Yep. Oops-a-daisy. So sorry. I say oops-a-daisy all the time. I don't usually say so sorry with it, but you know what? It'll work. Wishing you the brightest birthday. Love that. And your friendship means everything. Gorgeous. Absolutely love. Love, love, love. I wanted to show you what I did with one of the die. So it's this one here. I just want to show you options that you have. So using the stamp, I stamped out the little centerpiece, and then I just used a sponge dauber around the edges. And I hope that's bright enough. I don't think my light is quite high enough. It's like down here. Really, 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 really pretty. I'm going to finish up momentarily and show you the paper, and we'll get then to stamping, or to getting it all done. This, I don't think, fits on the whole screen, not completely. So this piece puzzled me a little bit, but stay with me to the end, because I have a couple of cards to show you using a couple of these pieces. And, you know me, I would have to change them just ever so slightly. So I'll show you the backs in a second. Look at the daisies. Like, well, of course they're going to be daisies. How gorgeous is that? Just beautiful, beautiful colors. And I feel like this one goes this way. I think it's probably non-directional. Also gorgeous. Fell in love with this one. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments. Look at the gorgeous colors in here. Absolutely stunning. Oh, I was going to move my light up a bit and bring it forward. There. Makes it harder for me to see your comments because it's in the way now. Gorgeous. This is the one we're using tonight with these gorgeous colors in the background. And look at these. Beautiful. So I would use this for the front of a card, and I would use this probably to here and here for the inside of the card. And I would keep whatever strips are left over because they're not wasting it. Now on the back, these are like, what do you call that? Wash of color. This, in case you are not familiar with Moody Mauve, this is it here. Oh, I'm going to try to remember the colors. I can't remember the colors at the moment, but I know I had to have them. Pebble Path? Sounds good. This should be Boho Blue with a little bit of Azure Afternoon. Okay, you got me on these colors, but they're beautiful. This is the color that everyone is calling baby poop. Okay, we're using it tonight. Because you know what? I was not going to purchase the color because I thought I don't want baby poop anything. but it is so pretty. I'm going to try. It doesn't look like that in real life, like what you're seeing on the screen. It does not look like that. It's really a cool color. And copper clay. La ha ha have. So this one was called winter wheat, wild wheat, one of those. Catalog hasn't even come out and I'm already forgetting. Alrighty, let's get to it. So I'm going to bring out my Moody Mauve ink pad, and I would like this. I didn't bring out any scrap paper, so that should be fun. I'm just going to grab a little piece of paper. It always has writing on the back. One moment. I wasn't even keen on this color. Like, hard to believe, isn't it? All right, let's move that up just a tad. But you know what? As soon as I said, you need to buy it, I bought the pack of paper where you get 2 of each of the ink colors. I bought that, and I'm sold. Totally sold. All right, here comes our card. I'm going to bring out some pieces at a time to show you how it works. Alrighty, so here's our Moody Mauve. Very similar, very, like, you know how sometimes they're not quite? It looks like it, but not as washed out as my very bright light is making it look. If I move that away for a second, I don't know if that helps. Oh, that made it look really dark. That doesn't help. This is my card base, and it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, so I've already got that done. I knew I'd be talking about the pieces, so I wanted to get to that. We're going to put part of it together. I want to make sure I grab the right piece. Yes, so this is basic white, and I cut it at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Just a nice skinny little border. I had looked at other colors that were in here. One, this wheat color, but I decided not to use it. And I can't see any comments, so I have to move this down. Yes, hello again. All right. So, this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I want to tell you something. This is a tip. When you're using DSP, I could have skipped this color, this one, and just put this straight on here. But 1, it's lacking, and 2, I wasn't going to cut it any bigger because the paper's 12 across. If I cut them in 4 inches across, of course I can get 3 across and 3 on the bottom. So I'm going to get 6 card fronts out of 1 piece of paper. And I actually got a little, that was a different card. Oh, I can't tell you about that one yet. Sorry. That's for the stamp camp. Can't tell you about that one. So let's just put this together and get going. Which one was it? I set up the glue that I wanted to use tonight. I don't think this is it. I don't think it had the stripe. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this right on here. Oh, and I got one that's working. Always clearing the clogs, as it seems. Alrighty. And again, you'll always notice that I don't do the inside. My fingers are going to get messy enough as it is. Nice skinny little border. I moved it. I was just about to say, I'm going to use that wiggle time, and my fingers went for it. Oh, I just noticed what I did. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but right along here, when you're cutting the paper, when you're pushing through with the cutter, it actually bends the paper down a bit and makes a little ridge. If you ever get that, use your fingernail, go along the edge, and you can get rid of that. Maybe a couple times. And usually I notice this before I put it on because I don't put them on that way. There, a little more wiggle room. So the front of the card, it's looking plain right now, but wait till we doll it up. It's going to be so pretty. And in case you're wondering, this is one of the papers that we'll be using in the Fun Fold Frenzy. I also want to mention that it is available to Canadian residents. I'm sorry, I cannot sell to Americans or any other country for that matter. Just so you know. I think you probably already knew that. That's part of the front. Let's move that aside and bring in, remember this big piece. Absolutely love that. Like I said, you can cut these off if you don't want them, like right here, just make a nice edge, but I want them because I wanted to show you how all these pieces work. So here's a piece, here's a piece, here's a piece. You kind of get where this is going. And here's two pieces. So we start gluing. Now, again, you might be wondering, why did Sandy not use the adhesive sheet? Well, because I feel that I'm going to be able to glue this properly. Okay, so I'm going to start with the easier ones because I know what, well, they're not hard. I just want to do the easier one. And one thing you want to do is I just grab that. Try to not do that too much. So a little bit of Tombow glue on the back, and we're going to wiggle. We're wiggling some more. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So you can see a nice little border on that. It's not even, and you know what? I like things wonky, you know me. Okay, so we know this is going to go this way, so set it there, turn this upside down. You still don't want to use a ton of glue, and if you do get too much, use a tool like your Take Your Pick tool or tweezers or something small to get that off. You don't want it to show. So this again is, it is called wild wheat. Did I just turn that upside down? Rats. I did too. Wow, I can't believe I just did that. Alrighty. And on we go. And the big guy. Okay, now we'll do that as well. So what do you think so far? I'm curious because, like I said, when I saw this on the pre-order, I was like, mine. It had a star beside it, so I knew this was going to be it. The paper is prettier even in person. And by the way, I had no problem cutting that one sheet that has all those different designs on it. I just pretty well followed the lines. Alrighty, look at these little leaves. They actually have a little texture around the edge. I don't know if you can see that, where they've actually made it look kind of rough, which I thought is really cute. And one more time over. So this one's a little bit thin. If you have the fine tip glue pen, or if you've put your glue into a fine tip bottle of some sort, that will definitely help. And I always have to turn them over so I can see what I'm doing. Now, you know me, I like white on white, so I think I missed a piece. I missed a piece, but you know what? Thankfully, I cut more. There. I did put glue on that, yeah. Okay. So I just realized that I didn't cut myself an extra one of these. But there, this will go on top as soon as I figure out which way. This way, this way, this way. You'll know as soon as you get it. There, that way. And we got that little piece right there. So let's do this. Wow, I'm ever glad I did that. And on we go. Cool, huh? And hold 2, 3, 4. If you ever find a piece like this where you haven't got quite enough glue, sorry about my arm landing there, put a little bit on the end of your Tombow. On the end of your Tombow. And we're going to go right under there and just brush it right underneath. And stay. And get the glue off the Take Your Pick tool. There we go. The one thing, now, you know I have sponge daubers, and they're already, they already have color in them. So I went with the color that was in here, which turned out to be, I believe, a retiring color. So I'm just going to go very lightly, which I think is Mango Melody. Did I do this one? I did. A little bit up here, and a little bit here. I didn't want it to be too mango, like too orange. And I didn't get out my daffodil. There we go. Alrighty, so let's get creating some more. This is going to go on the front of the card. So what I did was I kind of went like that. I went, wow, that's lost. So I took a piece of, look at that, of Moody Mauve, and I cut this little band at 1 1/8 inches. You can make it narrower if you wish. You don't have to make it that. If you want 1 inch, if you think that's too much, by 4 inches. So it goes right to the edges of the designer series paper, the DSP. And I cut it too big. Gasp. Sandy. Luckily my cutter is always right here. I did say 4 inches. Yes, I'm just double checking my measurements. And cut. And I also embossed it. On the original, I didn't, and I used the Basics embossing folders. It's a set of 3, online exclusive, so you will not see it in the catalog. Right now, they're not available because we went and bought them all, apparently. We being us and the customers. And just want to check, because not all, you want to take a look at where your daisies are. And you know what I forgot to say? To me, the paper is a little bit directional. And I got them going the right direction. Here we go. Alrighty. Aw, did I break my leaf? Sandy, you're so rough. I broke my leaf just a little bit. I will play with that. So that kind of gives it, just this little piece here, gives it that bit of definition that I think it needs. So I'm going to glue this guy down first. It's not a guy. And I wanted to also say, texture on one side, I'm using the bumpy side. The bumpy side with the texture up is the embossed side, and it's really pretty. I will be, that's not enough. I will be showing you lots more with regard to the set, the stamping and such. I basically wanted to show you today, let's make sure that's straight. Show you today the all the different elements that went into this. Alrighty, so I'm going to glue here and here. I definitely need to glue those guys down. I'm not gluing this one, and I'll show you why in a moment. Because I had this idea when I did the original card to do something. Alrighty. I've gone ahead, and is that the right one? Yes. Your friendship means the world, means everything to me. Just make up words, Sandy. And for this one, I also use that same color, and it's bugging me that I think it is wild wheat. If anyone, thinks anything different, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna pop that up on dimensionals, and I'm gonna go here. I just need the 2, I believe, because I'm popping this up, just one flower. That might sound a little bit weird, but stay with me. I will show you what I'm doing. I have to check to see how I did it on the first one. I've never really done this before. All right. Oh, yeah, and it's stuck under my finger now. There we go. So I'm going to pop it up back here. So I'll be putting the dimensional like down in here a bit. It's only this little top part that's going to be sitting on top here. I know it's not even my usual place to put a sentiment. So I thought I would change things up just a little. And same with the inside. It's going to look a little bit different too. A tiny bit different. And again, I think we've talked about this every time I've stamped, is the way I was taught was things touch for cohesiveness. So this is up here. It doesn't look quite right to me. I can put it over here. I can cover up that leaf and kind of hold it down a little bit, the one I broke. It's not quite in the center, which, see, that's bugging me because it's really close to the center. I'll go over that leaf just a tad. I don't want it in the center. I'll get it as soon as I decide where it's going, I will be happy. I used a different sentiment for the first one, so it made it much easier. Let's hold that up. Okay, and then the trick to holding this here is to get, it's not really a trick, and for my next trick is to get a glue dot, put it right underneath this little top part of the flower. I know it has a name. I'm just not really good with flower names. We're getting there. We will finish the front in a couple minutes. All right, so now we go to the inside, and that's looking very plain, very, very plain. So, number one, I have a piece of basic white, which should be, and this is an unusual measurement for me. Usually I do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, but I didn't want to waste the paper, which was 4 inches wide. So I cut this piece 4 inches wide, but kept the 5 3/8. So again, 4 inches by 5 3/8. Isn't that pretty? Look at that right on the inside with that. It freshens it up so much. So much. And here's a little, the little sprig. And I will get my Take Your Pick tool out again to take the backing off. But let me make sure I have the pieces. I do. And this is where my little scrap comes in. Alrighty. All right, so first thing, we're going to bring back the sponge dauber. And by the way, I think I said this ages ago. Once I bought sponge daubers, not through Stampin' Up, they were so awful, they hurt my finger, and I did a few of these, and they got wrecked, and I didn't like it. Okay, so we're just going to go put a little bit here. I want this to be subtle, so I'm not pressing very hard. Again, this is most likely, it's probably a mix, actually, of Mango Melody and some, probably some So Saffron and some Daffodil Delight. All right, so this is my, in case you haven't seen how these open, let's do this. Oh, and the one thing, I discovered that one of our ladies on the team did not know this, so I thought I would share this in case. All right, so here's your Moody Mauve, and on the back, you have a bunch of stickers. Okay, this time, you get 2 that say Moody Mauve, like in English, which is great. And you still have a plain one as well. So what I did is I took one sticker off and put it here. When your stamp case is opened, and open it like a compact, okay, go like that, and go back to the back and grab the plain one. It's funny that I don't usually do this with my stamp case open, just in case. So I grabbed the plain one, and what color does that look like? I have no idea. So you're going to place that right inside, and just let it drop. Now I know that's my Moody Mauve. Okay, that's another tip. Anyway, let's grab another sponge dauber, and I assure you this one only has Moody Mauve on it. And I just wanted to add a little bit of color here. Let's see if we can manage that. Little bit. Sandy, don't go overboard. Pretty? Just a little bit of definition. Less is more, right? And I'm going to close that. Brand new stamp pad, ink pad. And we'll glue these guys together. So I didn't make too much of a mess of my scrap paper. That's not bad. Alrighty, put that together. Isn't that cool? How it just changes with that backing, which I think is really pretty. I'm not gluing it in here yet, because I think that would be a huge mistake. I'm not gluing this quite yet, but I'm going to place it where I would like it to be, which is about here, with a little teeny strip. I can't even tell you. That's probably like 1/16 of an inch, I'm guessing. And again, I did put the adhesive backing on this. It's so skinny. You just have to keep trying until you get the right spot. I did it on my original. I can do it on this one. Oh, I also wanted to say, if you live in Canada and you do need and you need one of the new catalogs, it's going live, wow, I guess next week, yeah, on the 4th, I believe. If that's the case, and you've shopped with me before, but you forgot to let me know that you need a catalog, let me know, and I will get one out in the mail to you. If you have never shopped with me, I do charge $10, but stay with me. I charge $10 because the catalog costs me Number one, they're not free to demonstrators, and two, mailing is not inexpensive. However, when you place an order with me, I will refund you that money. Okay, so that's on and stuck down nicely. We avoided all the mess of trying to glue those teeny little bits. I definitely need my wiggle room because I went too far on this side, so over you go. And again, just a little bit right there. On you go. And then this is going to sit right here. I am gluing it down. Let me just see, where are my dimensionals? I could pop it up, but I don't want the card to be too thick. Or will I pop it up? Oh my gosh, just go for it, Sandy. This was a go for it day. I have to say that because I found a shoe store in town that I didn't know existed. I've lived here 2 years, never saw it until I Googled shoe stores near me. And I bought 4 pairs of shoes. 4. And I was the only one in the shop, which makes me very happy. Because I do tend to like the limelight. That sounds so goofy. Alrighty. So, it is narrower from side to side. So I'm not looking to see that this and this are the same distance or evenness, if that's a word. I'm looking for the sides. And then down we go. Slightly different on the inside. We're not done though. I know, and I haven't received everything because not everything was available in the pre-order. So I'm still waiting for some embellishments and such. But we will go ahead and throw some on. So these are, as you know, my absolute favorites. The rhinestone basic jewels. I mean, seriously, you can't go wrong with them. Oops. Unless you stick them to yourself. I'm kidding. They're simple. I feel it's a little naked up here, so we're going to put one here. Maybe we'll put 2 here. Just a little bit in need of a little bit more. A bit of an angle. And let's go for a medium. I used up almost all the mediums and a bunch of the smalls. What's our count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sticking with 5. If you wanted to, you could also wing Costello this. I don't happen to want to do that. So here's my original. Oh, down a little bit. And you just see that oh, this one's wider. Son of a gun. Maybe this is 1 inch. Hang on, I might have given you a wrong. I like to give you the right measurements. That's 1 1/8 inches. So this one's 1 1/4 inches. So close. Different sentiment, and you can just see how it worked out differently with more space there. The inside is the same, but not popped up. And now remember that paper that I showed you with all the different pieces on it? Here's one. Like, how simple is that? I did pop it up. It's a white base, same base as this, okay? I put it on a layer of early espresso, and popped up the entire layer. It looked too plain because of, the white. There's my oopsie-daisy, couple of little pieces of baker's twine, and you're done. Now, I'm going to show you that piece again, okay? Here it is here. So obviously I took that from there. I love this so much. Oh, wait, did I do the inside? Oh, I did. Sorry. I did do another one of these flowers. Same kind of as the last time, but this time I used the stamp here instead of using the dauber. You have options. Okay, I really like this, and I like this. So I thought, why don't I put them together? So I did. So I had to cut it down a little bit, which isn't too bad, and I cut this piece in half. But this is your copper clay. How pretty is that? Goes beautifully with this, and this is your boho blue. You can just see a little smidge. This is boho blue. And I stamped this in copper clay this time. I think that's really pretty. This one I stamped in copper clay as well on the inside. It's one of those little pieces I showed you from the dies. Are you still there? It's this one. So I actually cut that down, attach it to the back. Alrighty, so there are our cards for tonight. I will show you more goodies once I get them. It takes a little bit, you know. The courier system is quite busy. So there's our cards for tonight. I'd love to know what you think about them. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Oh, very pretty. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Bea. Thank you, Jackie. Wild wheat is correct. Thank you, Kathy. I knew there'd be a demonstrator on here that could help me out. The blue and the copper clay. Like I keep hearing people say, oh, it's going to be perfect for fall. It's perfect for right now. It really is. Yeah, this sweet is added to your wish list. Awesome. So, I believe, again, it is May the 4th. I have all the dates written down, but they're not at arm's length at the moment. I will have an ordering special for once it starts, so which will include new products. So I definitely want to encourage you to shop. So my friends, that's what we have for tonight. The paper. Oh, this is the bubblegum color. I know Kathy's there. Kathy, help. Bubblegum bath in the background here. It looks like a baby pink. It's really pretty. And that's the oh, there's the copper again. And the mauve. Now in Canada we say mauve. I heard, so I was watching some US demonstrators, they call it mauve. And I don't know if that's just because of French influences here. I really don't know. Somebody could probably help me. Anyway, that's what I have for you tonight. I'm trying to keep those in frame for you. That's what I have for you tonight. I will see you again next Tuesday with more goodies. More sneak peeks. And then it's off to the races with the new catalog. Yay! And I'll let you know what the special is too, the ordering special. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry about messing up the video and having to start again. Oh, typical me. And I'll try again to not do that in the future. So have yourself a wonderful week. Hopefully it doesn't snow or hail or anything where you are. Just rain's fine. I'm good with the car wash. So bye-bye and see you next Tuesday.